What do you do when your faith is tested? We know that our faith is tested in many different ways. Sometimes the test is going to come in form of hardship, in form of a calamity that falls upon your life or upon your family. Maybe our faith is going to be tested in form of a discouragement that we get from the parish priest, from the chairperson of the Smokesan community, from the chairperson or the secretary or the leader of the church, the discouragement that we get from them. Maybe a bambo is going to say something that is going to hurt you. I'll never go back to the church. In fact, I'll never go to church again. How can Father talk to me in that way? I'll never go back to that Smokesan community. How can the chairperson talk to me in that way? As if it's a church. They are running the tent as if it is a club. We hear such complaints from some members of the church because they've been hurt in a particular manner. Their faith is tested. Their faith is, or they feel discouraged, and they feel maybe it is better they don't come back to church anymore. Sometimes it's just a calamity, or maybe some kind of disease that you wish God could take away immediately, but it doesn't seem to be going. Maybe something bad has been happening to your family, and you wish God could take that away, but it's like God doesn't care about what I'm going through. I try to do business, and I keep spending, and yet I'm not yielding anything. God doesn't care about me. When your faith is tested, in whichever way it is tested, what is your response to that test? There's something that a Syrophoenician is teaching us from today's gospel. This woman has a daughter back home who is sick or who is demon-possessed, and she hears that Jesus is around in the compound performing some miracles here and there. So she also goes to him, hoping that he could also grant her this grace. Now remember, this Syrophoenician is not a Jew, he's a Greek. In other words, she's a Gentile, she's an outsider. She does not belong to the chosen nation. And yet she goes to Jesus, who is a member of the Jewish community, to ask for a favor. At that time, this is not supposed to be happening. This relationship between the Jews and non-Jews is not supposed to be there. Not supposed to be there because also the Jews had terms that they used to refer to those that did not belong to their tribe. Sometimes they could use words like infidels, like those that were outside the Jewish community were infidels. They were outcasts. They were evil. They were bad. In today's gospel, Jesus has used the word dog. This was also one of those terms used against those that did not belong to the Jewish community. So Jesus came to save the Jews, and he somewhere even says, "I came for the children of Israel." So what does he say to this woman? It is not right that the food that is meant for the children, meaning the food, the miracles that are meant for the Israelites, for the Jews, be performed also for the dogs. It is not right that the food that should be given to children is given to the dogs. Do you know how that would make you feel? If Father said something like that to you, it would be like, was he even ordained? How can you use such language to a parishioner? This food is meant for my parishioners only, or this food is meant just for people that agree with me, the people that belong to my circles. So if you are a rebel Smokesan community, I will not come there to celebrate Mass as a priest. You are rebels there. You are always saying no to everything that I want to do in the parish. I will not come there. And then as a student, you sit down and you'll be like, what? Is this a priest or we've been scammed or something? So this could be what is going on in this woman's mind when she hears Jesus say this, that the food meant for the Jews cannot be given to the dogs. But for me, what is striking here is her response to that challenge. Because the words of Jesus are discouraging. Ordinarily, at that point, she's supposed to say, okay, fine, let me go somewhere else and maybe naenda kunganga kansi. She could have said that. But what is her response? She says, Lord, I understand what you are saying and I know. But I can even sit at the table of the children of Israel and eat from the crumbs that are falling off that table. She wants this miracle so badly that not even the words that Jesus is using to her are discouraging. She doesn't want to consider those words as a discouragement. She says, I don't want the whole bread. I just want the crumbs. That is all I want. Since I'm an outsider, since I belong to that tribe or to the Gentiles and all that, I'm a Greek, I'm not looking for the whole cake. I just want just the crumbs. For me, that would be enough. And that is where we see the depth of our faith. And Jesus says, because of your faith, because of your response to this challenge, your daughter back home is healed. I think this is the challenge that we can also learn from. The challenge that she poses back to Jesus. That even if the chairperson doesn't talk to me nicely, even if the priest doesn't talk to me nicely, I'm not going to back out. I'm going to remain here because I know that the church belongs to Jesus and not to this chairperson. The church belongs to Jesus and not to this person who is pushing me around. I'm going to stick here. I'm going to be here and receive the share of my grace. If you understand that your faith, the depth of your faith is not determined by this person, but by your relationship with Jesus, nothing is going to discourage you. I think this woman, the Syrophoenician, who is a Greek, a Gentile, an outsider, is teaching us a lot of things. Let us reflect. Maybe we should ask ourselves the question, how do I respond to challenge? How do I respond to situations that challenge my faith, that tend to pull me down? Am I that kind of person that would say, okay, fine, navita kata, navireka, I'll never come there, I'll never participate in anything? Or am I the kind of person that is going to say, I am ready even to eat from the crumbs that are falling from the table of the children of Israel? Amen.